Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of I'm Here For It, the podcast. We like to begin our show with a thought for the day. Embrace the journey, even when the path is uncertain. Every step forward is a step closer to your dream. With that being said, I'm your sister friend, Tori.
And I'm your girl, Trina. We appreciate your time and your viewership. When you have thousands of podcasting options, you chose us. And guess what? Absolutely.
Yes.
We have an action packed show lined up for our listeners today. And as you can all see, we have a very, very, very special guest. He is a husband, a father, a son, a brother, a serial entrepreneur, and the coolest cousin you'll ever know. Everybody, please welcome our cousin, Dre. Hey,
Yes.
cuz.
Give it up for the ladies. Hey man, I'm so
Don't
proud of
forget the
y'all, man. I don't know
ladies.
what to do. Proud
Oh,
of y'all, man.
thank
Aw,
I
you.
appreciate the opportunity as well.
thank you, cousin, for sitting down with us. We appreciate you taking time out of your day, your busy schedule, to just sit down and chop it up with us. We're going to have some interesting, great adult conversation.
I like adult conversation. Like where we going? Like how far we gonna go? Like adult, like how? Like
Hey,
on
hey,
TV
look.
or the squiggly line? Adult. We gonna do like what? Just let me know.
So
I'm
we're going
here.
to, so
I'm with it. Whatever.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna do a few things. We're gonna do a behind the makeup segment, and then we're gonna do our main
I'm not gonna
topic, which was
participate. I'm not gonna participate with nothing that got to
no,
do with
no,
makeup. I'm
cousin.
not even
It's
that kind
not
of
that.
cousin.
It's not that. Seriously,
As a
seriously,
matter of fact,
you'll
I am
be able to
offended,
participate.
and I think I'm gonna log off. I don't even know where the button makeup. I don't, I don't.
No, it's not like that. It's
Motherfucker
not
just
like
cut
that.
me and
Believe
gave
me,
me
cousin.
a band-aid. I don't know what happened right now.
Segment is sponsored by Tori Styles LLC, your source for inspirational based products. Explore prayer books, journals, coffee mugs, stylish t shirts, and customizable items for the small business owner. Visit www.toristyles.com.
It's behind the makeup is our listener letter segment. And that's
Oh,
when our
okay.
listeners get the opportunity to write in and they get
Mhm.
to ask us questions and get our honest opinions. So we would like for you to
Right.
be real. Going behind the makeup is you being your real authentic self. So
Okay.
with that being said, Trina, since I am out of my studio, can you go ahead and read the listener letter since I'm actually at a barbecue today? So,
Absolutely. And Dre, get ready because it's really going to be a great one. Not to mention, our main topic was actually started by a conversation that me and Dre shared through Instagram. So you're the reason behind our main topic as well, cousin. So this is
Oh,
about to be
cool.
juicy.
All right,
okay,
cool.
Absolutely.
good stuff.
All right.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and jump into behind the makeup, and you don't need to put any on, cousin. So don't worry.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
good there.
Maybelline,
Yeah.
Maybelline. Most I know about makeup is Carmex. But anyway, go ahead. Do your thing. I'm with y'all.
Oh my
Well, I'm
gosh,
going.
because it's stupid.
Yeah, this is about to be
Yeah.
the funniest episode. Okay, so before we get started, as always, we want to say that we aren't doctors, we are not therapists, we are just women and men giving our honest opinion, right? So the letter goes a little bit like this. Hey, Tori and Trina, I hope this email finds you well. I've been a fan of your podcast for some time now, and I found so much comfort and insight in your discussions about relationships. I'm writing to you because I find myself in a bit of a dilemma. I'm a 35-year-old woman and I'm in a relationship with a wonderful man who checks all the boxes on paper. He's kind, supportive, and we share many common interests. We've been together for a few years now, and things are comfortable. But here's the thing, I can't shake this feeling that something is missing. There's a part of me that wonders if I'm settling for good enough, instead of holding out for great. I see my friends in passionate whirlwind romances, and I can't help but envy the excitement they have. Am I being unrealistic in expecting fireworks and butterflies after the initial honeymoon phase? On the other hand, I don't want to throw away a good thing for an unrealistic fantasy. Maybe this is just what real love looks like: steady, dependable, and a bit unexciting. Hmm. So, how do you know when you're settling in a good relationship? No. So, how do you know when you're settling in a relationship and when you're being realistic? How do you balance the desires for passion with the comfort of stability? I like to hear your thoughts on this. Keep up the fantastic work with the podcast. Best, a 35-year-old listener searching for clarity. Hmm.
Hmm. Would you like to
So
go
what you
first, or I,
guys,
I can go first?
please go first. Hop on out there.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Okay, listener. For me, I I want to say the most of the time you might feel as though you're settling if you don't really feel like you love the person. But you did say that this person checks all the boxes, and this person is supportive, you have a common interest or whatever. If you've listened to any of our podcasts, I say that in my 52 years, I believe that if you have that 80/20 rule, I would go with if that person meets 80% of what you need, you're doing really well. Because I sometimes you have that whirlwind relationship in the beginning, but I don't know that you'll be able to keep up that whirlwind romance. I think over time things can die down. I think there's ebbs and flows in relationships, is what I want to say. So, what you need to do is communicate with one another. If you feel like it's something that you're missing, hopefully you can tell that person what it is that you're looking for. I would not throw away a good relationship on something that may not exist. And if you want that to exist, I'm just going to say I would just tell the person what it is that I'm looking for. If you're, because you mentioned something about looking at other people's backyards.
Mm-hmm.
Things look good on paper. They look good in
Absolutely.
pictures, but you never know a person's household until you live in that household. So you really might have the better relationship, because you guys get along and everything. They A lot of times people do a lot of things for show, and it's not exactly, what things might not be exactly how they appear to be, is all I'm saying. So I just feel like I would communicate with that person. I wouldn't throw them away if you guys both love each other. But if you don't have that love for one another, if you don't love him, then maybe you can, I don't know, look for something better. But if the love is there, I would say stay in the relationship. I don't know.
Awesome. Absolutely. Dre, you want to get in there or should I go ahead?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pass. I've been blinking the whole time, and nobody sent the police to my house to get me out of my relationship to help. I don't even know what kind of podcast this is because we're trying to help the people, and all I've been doing is blinking while both of y'all was talking. Because relationships ain't safe today, and sometimes men are battered in relationships too, and help. Oh my God. Next subject. Who else wrote an email said something about some help? Because this is this is
People
unfair.
want to call sisters for our cousin over there.
This is I've been telling
Blink
y'all
two
this for
times,
years.
cuz, if you need
Every
help.
time we
Blink
get
two
together,
times.
I try to tell y'all, hey, help. Um, and y'all keep thinking I'm telling jokes. It's all right. Y'all see, I don't want none of that crying, none of that long ass speeches on the podium about what a fun cousin we had. Anyway, um,
Wait,
um,
okay, so it's so
hey, you know what? I'm tearing up right now. I
are you tearing up?
yeah,
Me too.
y'all go ahead, do the thing, do the thing.
Okay. Okay, so
Oh my God.
that's while our cousin goes through his emotional
Yeah.
review over there that he's currently experiencing. Wave your hand, cuz, if you need me to send a popo. Wave your hand. Okay.
Gonna text a picture to your phone with my hand waving. We just had this conversation last week. But no, seriously though, on a serious note, as far as relationship goes, I've been with my wife 20 years. We're married 18 years.
Okay.
Um, and what I learned to appreciate about a relationship is that love is an emotion. A relationship is an agreement between two people. We agree to be in this. But a marriage is work. And if you're not willing to put forth the work, everything prior to the work is temporary. It's not going to last. There is no foundation. When I first meet you, I can knock off everything on your list because I'm sending my representative out.
Mm.
I just want to keep you for whatever my agenda is. Doesn't mean that I'm committing myself for staying or being committed. I just don't want to be a failure in what the cockamamie I'm feeding you. So I
Mm,
mean, you have to stay with a person and get beyond the representative and then figure out who you're dealing with. And then at that point, you start to make a decision. If that makes any
absolutely.
sense.
That's good.
That makes
No,
really
that's
good
good.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good, cousin. Thank you for your input on that. And I think what I'd like to say is, like you said, Tori, it seems like she's swerving. Like, I want to tell this young lady, and first of all, thank you for writing into us for our opinion. We appreciate that. Um, but I want to say, sis, stay in your own lane, because in this letter, you're doing a lot of swerving in and out. What I mean by that is just quit looking in other people's windows. They're having a wonderful whirlwind romance. How do you know? You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't know the
Yeah.
Mhm.
arguments. You don't know the conversations. You have no clue. In in public, it's easy for anyone to put on the front to make it appear to be perfect, but 9 times out of 10, it's never what you're actually seeing. So quit looking in people's windows. Now, I've been on both sides of the fence. You got that man that's handsome, looks good, smells good, and can throw that D from here to Albuquerque and make you feel like everything is all good.
Mm.
But he ain't worth a nickel, ain't got no car, ain't got a place to live. And at this point, he needs you. So, how would you be able to tell if he needed you or what you could provide, right? Then you got your Mr. Right, got it together. He may not be the finest, but that's okay. Shoot, I'll be the fine one in a relationship. He don't need to be fine. It's all good. But your guy, he's steady, stable. He has a career with all the benefits, honey. Health, vision, dental, 401k pension. That's hard to come by. So you want to, sounds like you may have a good thing going on. But if the sex is mediocre, he doesn't know how to dress, he has no swag, or he's boring as fuck, that's something that you can switch around yourself. Show
Exactly.
him
All you
what
need to
what,
call me
what it
about.
is.
I can say, I can step in. Like, it's not my
See,
only gig. You know, um, you know what? I'm gonna write some in the comments. But yeah, I travel and everything. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
my
Like, I mean, hey, you want to have a
girl,
good
keep
time?
your man.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Um,
Feel like
yeah.
everything that he is lacking, you could teach him. Dress him up without knowing you're even dressing him up. Buy him some cologne that you love, and trust me, he will start making those purchases and those investments in himself. Play sex games with him. Show him what you like while learning
Whew.
what he likes. Introduce him to something that you find interesting. And as long as you're smiling, believe me, he'll be on board. You don't want a man who can't provide a stable future or who may become your dependent. That is not
Mhm.
sexy. At the end of the day, when the day end, in the words of Glorilla, you want someone that can provide for you. that at this big old age of 51, believe me, you can't take your man with the good D to the mortgage company and say, my man got good D. Can I get some good D credit on this month's mortgage? Baby, they ain't even finna entertain your foolishness. So keep in mind, he may not be what you want at this specific time in your relationship, but if everything else, as far as him being stable, a provider, you could actually see yourself with this man, I say try to stick it out, work with each other to see what works for you, what works for him, come together and build. Because like Dre said, relationships take work. And especially if you guys want to get married down the road, it's a lot of work that you need to invest into it before becoming married. So if he's a keeper in all other areas, except you feel like you're missing something, we'll find out what that is and bring it to the relationship. Help him to understand what that is so y'all can bring it to the relationship together. But yeah, that was a great question.
Yeah, it was. That was a good question.
Yeah, and I really like your input, cousin. Thank you so much. That was
No,
a great response. Even offering your services and all. You so nice. You
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
sweet.
no. I wouldn't dare do that because my wife punched harder than I thought she did. I learned that a long time ago, and I
Oh my
pretty
God.
much ran out of apologies. So she already told me that. And even though I could make it in the world on my own, I bought a lot of stuff in
Mm-hmm.
here, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if she gonna give it to me if I try to walk out,
Oh
pack my
my
stuff.
God.
So I probably have to start all over. It just
Oh,
ain't worth it to me, cause
It's too
um
much. It's too much. Yeah.
yeah,
But
and these
you child support, alimony, all that.
yeah,
That sounds like some big responsibility. So you don't want to deal with that.
you say who? Child support?
oh, right.
Oh my God, you know how fast I become a Rastafarian? I ain't gotta pay no taxes. I gotta pay. I don't even exist. I go right off the matrix.
Oh my
Like,
God.
like,
Oh,
you know what?
oh
Pain is
my.
the greatest motivator. Sometimes you gotta let people go through some stuff to
Oh
become
my.
strong.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
Mm-mm.
So imagine my son had to say all of a sudden, I had a daddy, but I ain't got no daddy. And I ain't seen my daddy. You know what kind of inspiration, what kind of fire that'll put onto him? He just spent his whole
Oh,
life trying to grow up to be better than me and to prove me. Man, y'all
no,
don't even understand. I think
absolutely not.
I
You
think
you didn't
different.
grow up like that. You grew
And
up with your daddy every year of your
exactly.
life.
Yeah, but it's not about me. It's about my kids and my options. Cause I'm trying to get
My
out of here.
God.
I want
Get your cousin. Get your cousin.
Please. Oh
I want
my
to wear my
God.
speedos
My
on the beach.
cheeks hurt. Not in Speedos on the beach.
Yeah,
Right. Exactly.
but
Well, that's all that we have.
yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
That's all that we have for our listener letter today. And please keep your letters, your emails, keep them coming. We are definitely, again, not therapists or doctors, but we are here to hear you and provide our opinion and support you at the same time. So
Hmm.
we won't talk down on you, but we will definitely keep it real with you. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
So with that
Well,
being said, I'm sorry. With that being said, listeners, if you want to write in and if you have a letter that you want to send to us, send your questions to questions@imherefor.com. If it's some topics that you want us to address, you can always leave the topics down in the comment section as well. And Trina, what do you have for us with our main topic behind the makeup? I know you said that Dre was the inspiration behind it all, but can you tell us what it's just about?
yes. So our main topic today is going to be quite the interesting one. And our intent is to educate one another and not to offend anybody. We're just trying to understand the relationship, the era that we're in versus the era that we grew up in. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about masculinity then versus now, a generational comparison. Okay, so this topic actually came about when I received a DM from my cousin Dre, and it was a video of Gunna. A person by the name of Slink Johnson had posted it, and he had a lot to say about Gunna's choice of fashion. So what I want to do is share a clip with you guys and kind of get your opinion on what my cousin sent over to me. So we're going to go ahead and share this clip, and I need you guys to let me know your thoughts. Can you guys hear that?
We can see it.
You can see it.
You can
Yeah.
hear it? Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Let me try this again. Sorry, guys. A little technical difficulties. Let's try this one more again. You guys have to see this clip to understand exactly what my cousin was trying to ask me, and I had no answers for him at all.
Yeah,
So
I was just, yeah,
let's.
I was confused. Um,
You guys can't hear it. I don't hear it either.
no, it's fine.
Okay,
I'll
so
walk you through it. I'll walk you through it.
okay,
It's a winter coat. It's some shorts. It's some long black socks, and then these big old furry boots.
They kind of look
mhm,
like
mhm,
Ugg boots.
They
yeah.
kind of look
But see,
like
let's
bigger, uglier UGG boots. I'm not really a
yeah.
fan of UGG boots either, but those look like they went like
And
Kanye designed those. Had to be.
Is are
yeah,
they are those shorts or is it a skirt? A
it
skirt.
it appears to be a skirt. So
Okay.
Oh,
shorts and a
why do
skirt. Because if
y'all give men
you see that,
permission to
see
try
that
to be
in the
girthy?
back. Yeah, that's not it. But
That's a
see,
skirt.
did you
Yeah,
guys
Yeah, that's
that's a skirt.
did you, there's a skirt, no shorts under there, just full skirt?
I think it's
Did
just
He probably went
full
commando
skirt?
with that. Yeah, he
Okay,
got
so
work to
this
do
the
doing
guy
that.
Slink Johnson is basically saying, "Who raised you niggas? Where's
Yeah,
y'all daddies at?"
yeah.
He was very disturbed by the slide of Gunner's foot, and he kind of like posing like an Instagram model. Look at my cursor. I'm gonna kind of like point to when he lifts up his leg and kind of gives us like a side profile of his boot, like he was really trying to show off this fashion. And the guy Slink is asking, "Is this like expensive? Did y'all see that? That
hmm
that dragon post with the leg?" But the guy Slink is asking, like, who raised y'all? Like, let me know what's going on. What would make you want to wear a skirt at this age in your life? So Drake and I went back and forth, and I'm like, cousin, I don't even know when it started to be cool for men to wear skirts or, feel like it's okay to polish their nails or wear multiple rainbow hair clips in their hair if they're considered fully straight men. Now, LGBTQ plus IA, we love y'all. I'm not
right.
bashing anybody. This is just my opinion. And again, I'm trying to understand where we are today versus the generation that I grew up in. All of the men that I grew up around always dressed like men, you know, look like men. I never had to question anything, but this generation is just totally different. And again, if that's your choice, so be it. I'm not knocking it, but help me to understand, when did it become okay to wear a skirt? I know that Slim Thug, who's currently on trial for some big old RICO case, he wore skirts. Did he make it cool? More men are painting their nails. Drake paint his nails.
Right.
Is he
And
making it cool? So how did we get here? And is it okay for a 100% straight man to wear a skirt, to polish his nails, and do feminine like things without him being feminine?
You're asking me, right?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yes, please.
Um, I
Absolutely.
don't, I don't, I don't have a clue. I've never had a desire to put a skirt on. First of all, my disclaimer is, I'm not homophobic. Like, I don't care. Um,
Okay.
I know I've always raised my sons to be free thinking men.
Okay.
So if my son decided to wear a skirt, my phone didn't freeze. I'm thinking. I'm trying to place myself
Okay.
in a position to
You're
make this.
processing.
I'm processing to make this make sense because I'm confused. Like,
Okay.
I'm confused. Like I never had a desire to put on a skirt.
Right.
Um, I've always had a desire to be different. Um, in fashion, I
Okay.
would never went that different. With the furry boots and the skirt, I don't know. I just didn't come up that way. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
with my sons, me teaching them to be free thinking men allows them not to have a ceiling. You know,
Okay.
so whatever they want to do, I'm gonna support it. But I just believe in my heart of hearts the guidance and the influence that my sons had from my father, my brother, the people that I associate myself with, the people that I call friends. None of us give off any feminine energy like that to make them think that that was okay. I remember my father told me when I was a child, he said that if as a child, as a young man, if growing up, if you didn't have a father, you had people in your lives like Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, or whomever you wanted to emulate, that you could dress
Yes.
like, that you could be like, but you would still stay in a favorite uncle or your neighbor. You had something that you could emulate if you was confused about how the type of man you wanted to be. You could just, cause that's the best form of flattery is when you copy something, or copy somebody. So if I told my wife to go buy a dress like Tori's or to do her hair like yours, I'm complimenting you because I admire the look that you have. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So the same thing with men, because there's no such thing as a self-made man. We're all pieces and bits of what we take on from other men that we admire. I mean, I'm so confused right now in this state that we're in with the everything. I mean, is it confusing for you ladies as well? Like, I mean, like I get clear polish I on my toes because it lasts longer. I get my
Mm-hmm.
nails buffed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I get
But
manis and petties. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Which
but
I don't think is
that's a part
feminine.
of grooming yourself.
self.
That's the part of
Grooming. It's
grooming
like
That's
getting
yourself.
my hair cut. But yeah,
right.
Yes.
I don't want the no chip color.
Polished.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
want and then to get the special color right here, whatever the hell that's for. I
The
don't.
French tip.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be well groomed. And I
Absolutely.
damn sure don't want no skirt on because and he had on a
Mm.
mini skirt. At that, he wasn't even being respectful. He didn't like have on the sanctified skirt that came by his ankles. Like,
Not the sanctified skirt.
yeah, nigga
But
put
then
on
too, Dre, do you think that men that, like you said, even our uncle would say to you, if you would find someone in your community to kind of emulate, do you
yeah,
think that we're missing those role models, especially with
we
the
are.
absentee fathers
We
through
are.
the roof, and then we don't have the men, and then some of the men that are out there are rocking handbags I can't even afford. 25,
Mm-hmm.
$30,000 handbags. Shoe game is crazy.
It's
So
another,
those are the high fashion models that they're seeing, and it
yeah,
looks like they're trying to emulate.
metrosexuals. Um, my argument with that, with the men, with the purses, you guys call them something else to make the men feel more comfortable about carrying a purse. As a man, where did we get all these accessories? Hey, look, I carry a jar of Carmex. I prefer the jar because I'm old school. But if they don't got the jar, I get the tube. Fits in my pocket. My daddy called it a billfold. I call it a wallet. Everything I need is in my billfold. That's it.
And you'll be a fault.
Yeah, I didn't put my deodorant on. I didn't spray this much cologne I'm gonna need for the whole day. I don't need to carry
Right.
that. I I changed my underwear. Why do I need a purse? What's in there? I listen to my wife say, "This purse too big. I can't even fill it up with stuff." So as a man, what I got in there? A toolbox? What I got in there? Extra spare tire? Like why I need a purse? And then how do I feel comfortable as a man buying a purse? What y'all call it? A smurf or something like that? They feel.
It's still a purse. It's still a
It's
purse.
still
Even with the
a
book
Or
bag,
purse,
maybe
a man purse,
a
a
man
the
man,
book,
a
purse,
with the
merce, a
book
man
bag,
purse.
a man
it,
purse.
even with the book bag, I didn't carry a book bag in high school. I carried the Eddie Bauer portfolio. Whatever
Okay.
didn't fit my Eddie Bauer portfolio, which was like a briefcase, but it was made out of a cloth material. If it didn't
Yeah.
fit in there, I left it in my locker. If I couldn't
Okay.
take it home, I came back and got the rest of the stuff that I needed if I had to study a different subject the following day. But I
Okay.
didn't even carry a book bag in high school, so then why I need a book bag? I'm a grown man. My car got a trunk. I need to put some in there. Where are all these accessories for men coming from? And why is society
Mm.
making it okay? Why is the tail on my suit jacket at my waist? Why my booty gotta pop out of my suit? Why you need to look at my booty? You know a suit's supposed to flow? It's supposed to flow, it's supposed to accentuate your body and your movements.
Yes.
You're supposed to
Yeah.
know what materials to buy to have your suits made out of, or if you buying off the rack, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Your cuts, it's just the lady said she think people, man, I don't pay anything on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. I don't take it serious at all because it's crazy. Have you ever seen a guy that thought he was cold? He had on everything was right. On his sleeve, on his suit, he still had the tag right there.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And you're like, what? Like, you saw those little four little dots that you could have just cut up off that sleeve, sir.
But Trina,
Why?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. The telltale sign just from a man looking at another man, right? If you got your clothes tailored, your
It
tailor
wouldn't
would
have
cut
that.
that off.
It
Your
wouldn't have
tailor
that.
would cut that off, right? But they
Absolutely. That's
save
off
it
the
there.
rack.
So I mean, that's an untailored suit, which off the rack suits are fine because you take them to the shop and they get them tailored.
Get them
So
tailored.
they tailor. You can get your buttons covered. You can get your
Yep.
suit cut to perfection. Nobody would never know, but when you leave, that tag is on there because it's for the salesperson. So if you come in the store and you say, I want an Armani suit, there's a whole rack of suits. So to make it expedient and convenient for you, he fans through the sleeves of the suits. When he
Okay.
finds the Armani suit, it's on the sleeve. He's like, oh,
Mm.
he takes it right down, it's your size, and you go from there.
Yeah.
But it's not for you to leave on to show Trina, hey, Trina, look, I got on a Armani suit.
I spent some bread today.
But see, that comes from a lack of parenting or having men in your life to show you that. You know,
Yes.
um,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why. And you were so blessed and fortunate to have your father in your life, and not just your father, a real man that was raised by a real man, one of the sharpest to ever do it to the day he couldn't do it no more. I
yeah.
got pictures of my uncle that he still looked better than half of these dudes my age
Absolutely.
before he passed. And you wouldn't even know anything. So you had one of the best teachers to emulate, if you will.
But it's not. But the benefit of that is it's substantiating information because if I said nothing and I remained quiet, you could check my genealogy to see
Yeah.
the authenticity of who I am or who I claim to be because I couldn't have gotten it from anywhere else. It's inherited, you know?
And you not on you, baby.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know, but then I do know, and I have this argument with people all the time. We we neglect to look at the devastation that the crack epidemic had on us as a people. We forget that.
Mm.
We forget that. So when the crack epidemic hit in the 80s, it wiped out that generation. So then we had parents, we had children raising children because the mom and daddy's in
Yeah.
the street getting high. So then you
Yeah.
got your
Mm.
older brother or sister trying to raise you to give you something that they didn't completely get. And then after that, then you out there on your own raising yourself, and then now you got a child. We got a generational gap times two. There's a big divide, but we don't understand the divide. We just look at it and turn our nose up to it. But there's a problem where we're two generations lost. So all this crazy stuff we're seeing in the world today is a product of the crack generations. Because when we grew up, even if you didn't have your father with you, you had an uncle, or you had a few uncles, or you had a stern aunt. That's why our family is so tightly knit because of the fact that there wasn't no escaping.
Yeah.
And Susie was a nice one. And Ruby ain't playing that.
Sure wouldn't.
Uncle Joe, if Uncle Joe took you on an outing that
You
you
don't want
had
to
the
smoke.
privilege to go to, this is all military. This is strategic. Ain't no running over there. Ain't no he don't care who your mama is. He don't care who your daddy is. And if it
Mm-hmm.
don't go right, you supposed to get your ass whooped.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
your parents ain't gonna say shit because what you do to make Uncle Joe whoop your ass. Now
Right.
Uncle
Mm-hmm.
James, you can have a whole bunch of fun with Uncle James. You have a
Turn
whole
that.
bunch of fun. You got a whole bunch of leeway. And Dolly, she only gonna go so far. She only gonna go so far. It's gonna be fun because she fun, but yeah, you ain't finna just like me.
Be wild.
Yeah, she gonna take me to my in-laws' house on my mama's side. She done with my ass for the day. I done done too much. Uh,
Right.
she need to get somewhere, sit down, and read the Bible because I done done too much. But I'm just saying we had good family structure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
why we
true.
so that's
Absolutely.
why we so close. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's important, but you got to think, man. There's two generations. Okay, perfect example. Your next door neighbor, your mama hated them, your daddy hated them, didn't like them at all. Miss Johnson always told you to stay out of her grass. You would never stand there and give Miss Johnson word for word. You would never call out her name. You wouldn't say nothing disrespectful to her. You would come in the house and you'll tell your parents what Miss Johnson did, and then they'll come handle that. These kids, they will cuss you out. I'm talking
Hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
use words and put cuss words together that you've never heard before in your life.
Mm-hmm.
We would never do that out of respect
No.
for ourselves, out of respect for our families.
Yeah.
That's inherited information. So if there's two generations lost, where would they get it from? Because by
Mm.
the time the crackhead grandmama recover and get better, she don't know how to teach you that because you're not even listening to her. So I say all the time, man, some have to die in order for others to live, right? So what's going on in the world today is nobody's fault directly, but I indirectly, the results that we're seeing. Hey man, when have you ever, in your mind, it doesn't even register when the police pull you over to get out and cuss them out and tell them what you ain't gonna do and with this and that and then he shoots you.
Mm.
Like I've never been in a position and I've been at I done done some things. But when the lights come on behind my car and I pull over, well, jig is up. I don't even got no argument. I don't think I asked him, hey, I'm finna go to jail. Yeah, man, you going to jail. Put your hands behind your back. I gotta wake my mama up. My daddy finna. But I ain't never just cussed him out or just beat the police. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
who teaches you that? What makes you think that's okay? I know my rights. What makes you think the police officer even passed the Constitution in grammar school or high school? So, what does he know about your rights? He's an employee just like a janitor. Common sense will tell you can't hold court in the streets. How you gonna hold court in the street with the idiot? Hey man, the man was just gonna get off 30 minutes ago. It was 8:30. He get off at 9 o'clock. He pulled your goof ass over.
Mm. He got to
Al
work overtime.
Sharpton, Al Sharpton, you know your rights. Now you are. He was finna let you go. Now, I mean, how do you teach your children that? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't have the, I don't have the best children. I haven't been the. I don't even know what the best father looks like. But I've done my best to teach them to be at their best at any given time. I mean, that's all I know as a man to do for my child. A father is the only person in the world that wants their children, their sons, their daughters to be better than them. Anybody else is a competition. My oldest son, I only beat him in income last year by $25,000. I'm at his ass this year. It's a friendly competition. But I'm 54. My 32-year-old son we shouldn't be no fucking $25,000 difference in income.
Difference.
Yeah. And he don't got shit to do with his money. I gotta break my shit up 4 ways. And still try to buy an outfit or some gym shoes in between.
Because you
I'm
gonna
at
do
his
that.
Yeah, I'm at his ass this year. But I'm just saying but I'm not at him because I'm mad. I'm Man at 32 years old making that kind of money.
Yeah.
Do you know how big the rims would be on my helicopter parked in front of my house?
Not rims on the
On a
helicopter,
helicopter.
fool.
Yeah. Do you know how mad my neighbors would be every time I land in town and I park in the driveway?
They blew all their trees
Come
down.
on, man, cut it out. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I tell all my friends, and they do tell people I love them, and I tell them I'm proud of them, men, women, whomever, because you
Me
don't
too.
hear that. You don't hear that.
You do not.
You don't. A person don't tell you they proud of you. You know what I'm saying? And just to hear that alone gives you the inspiration you need to catapult you to the next level because of the fact that that's an empowering feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't just give to receive. It's my duty. It's my duty as a human being. We're all connected. So if you win and you become a billionaire, and I have this opportunity to be on a podcast with you, God ain't forsake me because He blessed you. God had me in the room. God said, if
Mm.
you follow the reaper, something will fall off their table that'll be more beneficial to you in that moment than you ever had the opportunity to receive. What if I wasn't in
Mm.
the room? So that lets me know I'm in a room with people that's winning. I gotta be next. The room only
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
full. I don't care who
Absolutely.
go first. I don't care if I go last. Just give me my opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
for
sitting on
sure.
the bench. The Lakers win championship. I never played a second. You do know at the ring
Still get.
ceremony they
You
gonna give me
still
a
getting a
ring.
ring.
You still
You
getting
still
a
Right.
ring.
and your wife get one too.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
What I'm
Both of
mad
y'all
about?
getting one.
Hate for what? Who
Absolutely.
has time? I don't teach my children that. You know what I'm saying? I just teach my children to not me.
Mhm.
Growing up, you had Martin Luther King. You had Malcolm X. You had John F. Kennedy. These are all assassinations, right? So my ideologies were compromised because of the fact that, shit, I definitely don't want to be president. I'm definitely not going to talk publicly too much out loud about valid points to move the people because they kill them kind of people. So you know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do? I'm gonna fall back. You know I dropped out of high school not because I failed out because my friends got kicked out. I just dropped out. I ain't go back because my friends couldn't go. They wasn't smart. I was smart. I
Mhm.
compromised myself because I didn't want to make a whole lot of noise. Because I didn't know the
Mm.
importance of being a noise maker. Because my ideologies were compromised. Obama being president, you know what that did for my children? Only thing it did for them was allow them the opportunity not to tell me they don't know. It's impossible not to know. You can't tell me what you can't be because of the fact that the ceiling's been broke. So you can't come to me with no fears, no anxieties about or apprehensions about
Yeah.
anything that would make you have to compromise who you can be. I don't want to hear that. Like my baby, he can't even tell me if I ask him a question. I don't know. How you don't know? You got a whole phone in your hand. You got Google right there.
Google.
We're in the world of information. We're not an industrial country anymore. It's the world of information. How do you not know? All you gotta do is tell
Remember, we had
get.
to thumb through a phone book. We had to thumb through an encyclopedia, thumb
PDS,
through
yes.
a
Do
thesaurus.
you
We had to
remember
read the
y'all didn't
book.
have encyclopedias? You had to go over your friend's house, use their encyclopedia for a paper, but they don't get D. The D encyclopedia is missing. See, now you panicking. You can't tell your mama this because she think they so smart. They got everything. They don't even got the D encyclopedia. See, now you scrambling. Shit was crazy. Now he can go on his phone and pull up the theses on whatever.
Whatever.
Come on, man.
Whatever.
Cut it out.
Whatever
So,
is out there, you can pull it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. T, what did you have any thoughts in regards to this subject? The whole men, being a little fashion free these days. Did you have any input
Oh,
for
I missed
us?
the whole point. We're talking about fashion. I went off on a tangent.
No,
But
actually, you know what? I like everything that Andre had to say,
because
because
it
I
adds
think,
up. It
yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense. And
absolutely.
honestly, Andre, I really think you're going to be able to help some young men that don't have fathers. Just from listening to what you said, is probably adding some value to their lives. Just thinking about some of the things that you said about how to respond and who to emulate and things of that nature.
Mm.
A lot of young men don't have that. And I think that, you know what, you might really bless somebody from the things that you did say, even though you got off topic a little bit, but I think it was worth it. It was worth saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he brought how it even started. I mean,
Hmm.
who even thought about the whole two generations that were skipped because of the whole crack epidemic thing? I didn't even, think about that. Although I grew
The
up in the
world
'80s in
doesn't.
LA,
The
Hmm.
world
and
doesn't.
it was the crack epidemic was crazy in LA in the
Hmm.
'80s. So to think that a lot of the crackheads did have kids, those kids did have kids, and a lot of people weren't there to raise those kids. So they
Mm-hmm.
kind of figured it out on their own,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and now here we
My,
are, 24.
when you say that, there was this saying that my pastor used to say in Chicago. He would say, if you destroy the man in the household, you destroy the city, which in turn destroys the nation. So it all starts with
Hmm.
destroying that man. And when
Yeah,
you don't have that man in your life, this is the outcome.
Man, that is the
absolutely.
honest to God truth, man. And like even
Hmm.
growing up as a child, right? Like some of the decisions I made were my own, not because I didn't have the structure there. I didn't even realize because our society is so influential that I thought I was missing something. I didn't realize until I became an adult. The majority of my friends and the people that I looked up to that thought they were like living so free, they only
Hmm.
had a mama and their mama worked nights. So when we can cut school and go over their house and drink and do all these things I
Hmm.
thought was so cool, they didn't have any structure. And do
Hmm.
you know what the most majority of them are right now? They dead or
They
they in
locked up.
jail. And
Yeah.
only through
Wow.
the grace of God's grace and his mercy, which I'm not even deserving of. Like, man, talk about God and his grace and his mercy on my life.
Hmm.
Oh my God.
Tell them, cousin.
I'm not even worthy. But he was scared because I had a praying mama and I had a praying father. And I remember my daddy, every night before he went to bed as a kid, he would get on his knees. And even if I went in the room and the house was burning down and I tried to talk to him, he wouldn't answer me. And then when he
Hmm.
finally finished praying, he'd say, man, I was praying, man. Don't disturb me when I'm praying. It's important to talk to God.
That's
Wow.
right.
I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? But through those prayers, my mom will tell me when I was a kid, which I tell my wife right now until this day, you don't ever cut the porch lights off until everybody's in the house.
Mm.
Because the porch light It's a guiding light that no matter where they are in the world, with your prayers and God, it'll draw them back to the house. So until
Mm.
everybody's in the house, you don't cut the porch light off. And as a kid, I don't give a damn where I was at. Until I made it to that house, that porch light was on. If I came home at 8 o'clock in the morning, I had to come in the house. I had to cut it off because it's on, because she got it on for me. I tell my wife all the time, she don't quite understand, but it's cool. But that's important to me. Don't cut the light off. Who wants to come home to a dark house? It
Right.
doesn't even feel
Right.
warm and welcoming.
Absolutely.
It's just things that we miss through the generational gaps. And this is where we are. This is where we are. What these kids is doing, these senseless killings. Like, man, I've been involved in gangs. I've been involved in gang opportunity. I have slots in the gangs that I chose to be in. Man, we wasn't killers. We didn't kill people. It might be 21 of us out this night just on some rambunctious stuff. One of us may have stole a gun from our parents. Everybody got a chance to hold a gun. If we got into a fight, we fought.
That's
Nobody pulled the gun, but what we wanted to do with the guns was we wanted to hear it, pow, and we got to shoot in the air. But you couldn't shoot all the bullets out because I don't know where to buy bullets because I'm young, and my daddy gonna realize that I done shot all the bullets out of his gun, so we can only shoot one. You know,
Oh
it
my
was
and you
goodness.
bad.
bring and you stick the gun back in the house. But if we got into a fight, we just fought. I don't want to kill nobody.
Right.
I don't
Right.
want to. I don't want to kill nobody for recreation.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
mentality of people that I grew up with, we all had the same mentality. But fighting, oh man, we'll fight all day. We'll travel. We'll get on the bus. We'll jump in the car, get in the trunk. We'll drive way over there. He did what? What you say? You know, you got the three-way. You push the thing down, put him on three-way. Shh,
Click
don't say
over.
nothing. Don't say nothing. I told that. I told that nigga said that. All right, I'm on my way. That's how
Mhm.
that went. But
Absolutely.
I'm not finna shoot up no whole mall. I ain't finna do nothing to your mama. Like it's crazy. You know, you didn't go
It's
downtown.
definitely.
You didn't go downtown Chicago and drive your car through the Gucci store and just snatch all the stuff and then jump back in the car and drive off. Like you wouldn't. Your mama not even
You
coming to
wouldn't
get you
even
out of jail for that.
think
You wouldn't
about
even
doing
think
that.
to do that.
Right.
You wouldn't even think to do that. You
Oh
wouldn't
my
even
God,
think to do that.
that's
But
crazy.
yeah, and I think that, it's a lot of our children that are being forced to be raised by the single mothers who have to be everything. They got to be the provider, the head of household. And unfortunately, what goes lacking is the amount of parenting that goes into the kids that they're raising. And in turn, you get, kids that try to just figure it out on their own. And whatever comes with that is what you end up with. And I never think that that's the intent of the mom. She's just trying to, of course, provide, keep a roof over everybody's head, keep food in their bellies, clothes on their backs, whatever she got to do to survive. But at the same time, she can't give it all because if she is the full-time parent, who's going to be the provider? If she's a full-time provider, who's going to be the parent? So it's like a nasty catch-22 that these kids are in. And I just hope that they can learn something from you, cousin, especially in regards to at least trying to get a mentor or somebody that they can talk to or emulate, look up to, because we can seriously see that it's lacking. I don't know
Absolutely.
if these choices are that just choices, or are we just following what's hot,
They following what's
so
hot. They just following what's hot, you know.
yeah.
And man, I really don't necessarily want to be assigned to a position. I just live my life like that because I know I owe people because of the fact that I didn't always make the best decisions and I never really paid attention to who was watching me when I made wrong decisions. I remember a kid, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. I don't know how long y'all podcast last, but it's a little boy in my neighborhood. He used to get beat up all the time, and he liked how I was always there for my brother. and he asked me, he said, "Where this shit? Where this shit caught me off guard?" He said, "Hey Dre, would you be my bodyguard?" And I'm young, like shit just sounded like something I couldn't commit to. But in hindsight, he was asking for help. And I didn't know how
Mm.
to give him the help or the guidance that he needed. And he in prison right now, like, I don't know when that boy getting out. But I
Wow.
know during that journey between him going to prison and me going through the challenges that I did in my life, what if he was watching me and something about what I did made him think it was cool to do what he did that cost him his whole life and I'm being free?
Wow.
I owe people. So every day I strive to be better because I don't know who watching. So I don't do it because somebody watching. I do it because of the fact that what if somebody's watching?
What
You
if?
know?
What if? You want to be
Um,
that change. You want to be
yeah,
that
I gotta
change.
be. I gotta be.
Yeah. And
But
thank God that you are blessed enough to be, cousin. Thank God that whatever roads you went down and things that you've experienced allowed you to turn yourself around and be the man that you are today, and
mhm,
who raised some great young men. Both of your boys are amazing in their own
I
rights.
appreciate that.
Absolutely. So you did an amazing job, and yeah, I'm just thankful that you were able to come and share your side, because I know that this will definitely be a blessing to somebody who doesn't have that male support. So we
Absolutely.
appreciate you. We appreciate you, your thoughts, your comments, everything. Anything else you wanted to add, T?
Actually, Dre, we do want you to come back and kind of tell your story one day, because of what people don't know is, cousin, I look at you as one of the master manifestors. You can
Hmm.
really speak things into fruition or whatever. And I want you to come back so we can get to know you just a little bit better one day, so you can kind of talk about it, because God has been amazing in your life. But
Oh my God. Yes.
yes, you have
Yes.
manifested a lot of things. So you got a story to tell. So I want you to come back and tell that story. But I know we are running out of time
Mhm,
today, but
mhm.
I think you've been really helpful to people out there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Next time when I come back on, can I change like outfits and stuff? Y'all like give me like a pause period to do like get my Aretha Franklin on. I wanna, you know, cause I really
So
wanted to
why
put
you
on my
feel-
little. I spent a lot of money. I was gonna put the thing on. I thought you was gonna give me a
Oh,
chance to, you know.
oh,
Oh, I was gonna
You
kill
gonna
him. You
be
know what I'm saying?
oh,
Then when you asked me a serious topic, I was gonna put my daddy hat on
oh
and
my
then look up
God.
like this,
Oh my
like
gosh.
getting the wisdom from the heavens above. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying? Then go
you
back to like,
know.
but
oh,
man, but you
my,
know what? It's
oh my
cool.
I'm
gosh.
telling
Y'all called
mama
me off the
on
Oh,
you.
cuss,
oh
and
my
then
God.
I ain't got no manager or nothing. And then we really ain't writing nothing down on paper, you know. And you
But next
know,
time we will make time for you a wardrobe change.
okay,
Yes.
yeah, I appreciate that because I got some stuff, cuz I got some stuff. I got some
We
stuff.
I
know
already
it. We
know it.
Yeah,
know it.
yeah, yeah,
Shy
yeah.
Town's finest don't play,
No.
okay?
You
He
know what I'm
don't
talking about?
play. You
Yeah,
listen,
Shot Town. Yep.
listen.
Yeah, yep,
Shy Town stands up.
yep,
He
yep.
don't play.
Give it up for the ladies. Give it up for the ladies.
It has been fun. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, this has been
Tori,
so fun.
please take us out of here because your
Man.
cousin is crazy.
Well,
Tori, congratulations on the baby, man. I hope you have a painless pregnancy. I know you're trying to throw it off on Tia, but it's cool. I've been seeing you and that guy doing all them workouts and riding them bikes and stuff like that, taking
you
all that
know what,
iron. The iron
man?
got Tori. That iron got to go somewhere. Them uteries, you know. Anyway, hey, tell your story how you want to. I want to be in your business, but
Listen, I am getting ready to be a grandmother, not
Trina, where'd you get a
heck
third cousin from? Where you get
no.
a third? Who has a third cousin? Got a third cousin.
Oh my
No, as a matter of fact,
God.
that'll be the fourth one. That'll be the
Yeah.
fourth cousin on that line.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Troy, you need to get your ass somewhere and
Listen,
sit down. You are too fast. You too old to be this fast.
Oh.
you still trying to throw it back. Still trying to
Mhm.
throw it back. 'Cause
Y'all are so
Ah.
stupid. You are stupid.
Oh my God. But we
Well,
got to bring you
listen.
back, us. For
Yes, we
Yeah.
sure.
really do. Well,
Okay.
we just want to say thank you for tuning in to another episode of I'm Here for the podcast. You can find us on any channel where you get your podcast. But one of the channels that we really want you to subscribe to would be Apple Music and what's the other one? Apple Music
Spotify.
and Spotify. So if you
Yes.
could make sure you tune in while you're driving in. And then also make sure you are looking at our Facebook, TikTok,
Instagrams.
Instagrams, and
Mhm.
all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and make sure that you are liking our social medias and make sure that you are out there sharing with your fellow friends. Oh my goodness, I'm having a day today, y'all. Bear with me. But yeah, but make sure you like and subscribe to all of our channels, basically, people. And make sure you tune in every Tuesday to our podcast. Thank you so much and have a good one. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
I'm here for it. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Give
Thank
it up for the
you.
ladies.